on Going for Gold.
Right, it's time for you to play your game. 'Cause people are coming, everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're going for gold.
And now, let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly. Why not? Thank you very much. Hello, thanks very much again. Welcome to a heat final day on Going for Gold. 3 contestants already into our Beat the Buzzer round, the first round proper as I call it, and we'll meet them in a moment. And of course, whoever wins today not only pops into our first set of semi-finals, but on the way picks up the Going for Gold paperweight. There it is. And at the end of the Going for Gold rainbow for this year, well, it's Hong Kong that you'll be off to. Hong Kong and Singapore. That's the Hong Kong skyline there. Wonderful, exciting place for this year's quiz champion. And of course, I don't forget you, the viewer watching at home. We have a little question for you. Little bit of fun at the end of the programme every day, and you could win yourself a portable colour television set. And the last time we played, I asked you, in which sport do professionals compete for the Ryder Cup? And of course, the Ryder Cup is competed for between Europe and the United States in the sport of golf. And as I say, do keep watching us. Another question at the end of today's programme. Well, we started with 7. As I said, we have 3 contestants already on heat final day into the Beat the Buzzer round. So put your hands together for the 4 who remain and are going for gold. And here they are. Briefly remind ourselves where today's contestants come from. On the top deck, they're all there. From Cardiff, we say hello to Alison again. Jan is from Hampshire, Muriel from West Sussex, and Gordon from Aberdeen. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules slightly changed today in a heat final day. A series of questions now in the elimination round. 1 point for each correct answer. The first one of you to 2 is in Beat the Buzzer. Hands on the buzzers and let's play Going for Gold. What am I? In ancient times, I was conducted by word of mouth, but nowadays I am an important service industry. In a free market economy, I am essential to the profitability of a company. I may be carried by the press, television and radio, at the cinema. Hampshire Jan.
Advertising.
That's the correct answer, 1 point. Hands on the buzzers again, please. Who am I? I was born in Tokyo in 1916. At the age of 3, I moved to the US and made my film debut in 1935 in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Sister of the actress Joan Fontaine, I won Oscars in 1946 and 49 for West Sussex Muriel.
Deborah Kerr.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. For To Each His Own and The Heiress. But I am probably best remembered for playing Melanie Hamilton in Gone with the Wind. My 2-word surname, Cardiff.
Olivia de Havilland.
Olivia de Havilland, correct answer. Well done, Alison. Right, so Alison and Jan have a point each on the board. Hands on the buzzers. What is my name? In occultism, I am a disembodied spirit or supernatural force credited with certain malicious or disturbing... West Sussex Muriel?
Poltergeist.
Yes, poltergeist is right, Muriel. Well done. So a point for each of the ladies so far. Gordon yet to score. What am I? I am a suspended structure that is a feature of many buildings, both private and public. Aberdeen Gordon?
A lift.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. In the 13th century, I had open work hoops of iron or bronze with many spikes with which to hold candles. Eventually, glass versions. West Sussex?
Candelabra.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. With which to hold candles. Eventually, glass versions appeared, and today one can see elaborate electric bulb types of me with cascades of crystal icicles. Cardiff?
Chandelier.
Chandelier, that was the one I was looking for. Oh, hard luck there, Muriel. You were so close to it and the wrong word popped out. It means that for this series, our 10th and Going for Gold, we have to say goodbye to Jan, goodbye to Muriel and goodbye to Gordon. Thank you very much indeed. Best wishes go back to Hampshire, West Sussex and to Aberdeen. Thanks for being on the programme and bye-bye. Bye, ladies. Bye, Gordon. So, tough time coming up for our 4 contestants. Heat final day on Going for Gold. We're going to get a step closer to finding our next semi-finalist. As I go across the start to play the Beat the Buzzer round, let me remind you where today's contestants come from. Well, they represent Tyne and Wear, Staffordshire, South Yorkshire and Cardiff. Give them all an encouraging round of applause, please. Now, let's remind ourselves about young Christopher Richardson here from Tyne Weir. Christopher, what part of Tyne Weir?
Washington.
From Washington. And you do for a living?
I'm an admin officer in a computer centre.
And I seem to remember that you have a pilot's licence.
I do, yeah.
Right? Now, how often do you get to fly, Christopher?
Not very often. I haven't flown since August.
Right.
And I did my test in the start of July.
So when you go back now to pick it up again, do you have to have an instructor with you?
Well, I will now because it's so long since I've flown and I haven't got much experience.
And you keep your old logbook and your hours and everything. OK, good luck to you. Hope it goes well the next time you're flying. David from Staffordshire, David Maughan. Remind us again, David, what you do for a living, please.
I'm a foreign exchange supervisor for an American company at Birmingham Airport.
Right, but you live in Tamworth.
I live in Tamworth.
In Staffordshire, right? And you have a family, David?
Yes, I'm married to Jane and I've got 2 girls, Lisa
How old
and
are
Charlotte. Lisa's 14, Charlotte's 9.
OK, well, they'll be there keeping their fingers crossed for Dad and today's Going for Gold. To Deborah from South Yorkshire. Deborah blew it. Deborah certainly didn't blew it the last time that we played Going for Gold. Got through. How are you feeling about it today, Deborah?
Fairly all right.
Very all right, very all right. It's a little bit, it's only a bit of fun and we'll enjoy ourselves. And Alison got in there with Chandelier and poor Muriel had given us Candelabra. So Alison, fingers crossed. And indeed, the best of luck to all our contestants, Alison, Deborah, David and Christopher on today's Beat the Buzz Around and Going for Gold questions in categories worth 1, 2 or 3 points, depending on how you select. The first 3 of you to score 6 points will go to 4 in a row. Hands on the buzzers and let's play Going for Gold. A general knowledge question to ease you in for 1 point. Used to describe a type of boat, which consonant is silent in the word dinghy? Staffordshire.
Why?
Incorrect. Cardiff.
G.
Incorrect. Deborah.
H.
The H is the silent one, that's right. Deborah, you're off the mark and the category is literature. Select.
2 points,
2
please.
point question on literature. What city was the birthplace of the writer James Joyce? Cardiff.
Dublin.
Dublin is the correct answer. Jimmy Joyce, born in Dublin. Right, Alison, the category is North American geography.
2, please.
2 point question, North American geography. In which state of the US of A would you find the Yukon River? Tyne Weir, Christopher?
Montana.
Incorrect. The Yukon is in Cardiff.
Alaska.
Pardon?
Alaska.
Alaska is correct. Well answered. Well done. Alison, you're up to 4 and the category is dance. Select.
2, please.
2 would put you in the next round. Causing some controversy in November 1995, an almost all-male version of which famous ballet was performed at the Sadler's Wells Theatre? South Yorkshire, Deborah?
Swan Lake.
Swan Lake, the corps de ballet were all fellas. Right. And lovely swans they made too. Deborah, the category is myths and legends.
2 points,
2
please.
points on myths and legends. In Greek legend, of what was Helios the god? Staffordshire, David.
The sun.
The sun is correct. Well done. You're off the mark. David, the natural world is the category. Select.
1, please.
1 on the natural world. Which group of plants includes mushrooms, molds, and Tyne Weir?
Fungus.
Fungus or fungi, you're right. Well played. Christopher, you're off the mark. Steps the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Events of 1995, Christopher.
3 points.
3 on events of 1995. Who took over as Prime Minister of Israel after the assassination? Tyne Weir, Christopher?
Shimon Peres.
That's the correct answer after Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated. Christopher, it puts you on 4 and the category is cinema. Select.
2 points.
2. The Spanish actor who co-starred Tyne Weir, Christopher?
Antonio Banderas.
Yes, Antonio Banderas. Very well done. Well, goodness gracious me, you might like to know that I was going to go on to say who co-starred with Armand Assante in the 1992 film The Mambo Kings was Antonio Banderas, and I didn't even need to ask the question. David, you have 2 points, 3 for Deborah, 4 for Alison. Here's a general knowledge question for 1 point. Which member of the royal family has residences in Clarence House, London, and the... Staffordshire, David?
Queen Mother.
Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. That's the correct answer. Well done. Well done. Deborah had such a belt at the buzzer there that she nearly broke it. But never mind, Deborah. It's all is in order. And this time, David, the category is capital cities. Select.
3, please.
3 to put you in the next round. What is the capital city of Latvia? The capital of Latvia, one of the Baltic states, Riga. General knowledge question for 1 point. What type of wine is referred to as Trocken in Germany, Secco, South Yorkshire, Deborah?
Dry.
Dry. Secco in Italy and Sec in France. Well done, Deborah. Nothing wrong with the buzzer that time, Debs. Athletics is the category. Select.
2 points.
2 would put you in the next round. In which field event did Jan Zelensny of the Czech Republic become the men's world champion in 1995? Jan Zaletsny. Staffordshire David.
10,000 metres.
Incorrect. That's a track event. Deborah.
Shot put.
Incorrect. Alison.
Javelin.
The javelin is right. Well played. And it puts you in the next round, Alison. Very well done indeed. David, you gave me a track event there, but when Deborah gave the old... Right, now then. Deborah, you have 4. David, you have 3. And here's a general knowledge question for 1 point, which would tie the sides if David got it. The name of which of the major branches of mathematics begins and ends with the letter A? Deborah?
Algebra.
Algebra, that's the one. Deborah, the category is the ancient world.
1 point.
1, which would put you in the next round. Which great ancient Macedonian military leader was once tutored by Aristotle? Aristotle taught who? Deborah?
Alexander the Great.
Yes, he did, and you're in the next round. Well played, Deborah. OK, it means that we have to say goodbye to David, and oh, the girls up there in Staffordshire saying, oh, poor old dad. Never mind, David. Thank you very much. You've been a delight to have on the programme. Hope you enjoyed yourself and enjoy watching Going for Gold. Let's enjoy now the place where the prize winner of this year's Going for Gold will go. Hong Kong, Singapore, and it's all on us.
Our series champion can marvel at the modern architecture of Hong Kong, alongside the ever-faithful Star Ferry, still the most attractive way to reach the island from Kowloon side. With over 6,000 restaurants, not only is Hong Kong the culinary capital of the world, but it caters for every taste, with surely the greatest selection of Oriental foods in the world. Then it's on to see the lion dancers in the Lion City, Singapore, with its wealth of attractions and traditions. Wherever you go, this tropical island offers bargains galore. It's a shopper's paradise. Relax and enjoy what Singapore has to offer. Its colours, its contrasts, its cuisines, its cultures. The perfect end to the perfect holiday.
It looks good, doesn't it, that trip of a lifetime for the winner of this series of Going for Gold. Will that winner be Christopher, Alison or Deborah, we wonder? Maybe it will. Christopher, you got into 4 in a row first, so the reward for you is to have first pick of the categories, and there they are. Sport in the 1970s, music, best-selling authors, and world history. Choose, please, Christopher.
I think I'll pick the least of the evils and go for world history.
World history, you reckon, is the least of those 4 evils. Christopher, will you come and join me here, please? Christopher from Tyne and Weir. Ready and happy to play 4 in a row?
Ready.
Ready. OK, Christopher, and a smiling face. And we'll put 40 seconds on the clock for you. There they go now. You've chosen world history, Christopher. And on that subject, your time starts now. What was the given name of the Indian Prime Minister, Mrs. Gandhi?
Don't know.
Indira. On which Caribbean island were Soviet missiles discovered in 1962?
Cuba.
Correct. In 1872, which ship was found abandoned floating in the Atlantic?
Mary Celeste.
Correct. Name the German line of fortification, which included Monte Cassino and collapsed under Allied attack in May 1944.
Don't know.
It was the Gustav Line. With which country was the policy of apartheid most closely associated?
South Africa.
Correct. Chiang Kai-shek was head of the nationalist government of which country from 1928 to 1949?
China.
Correct. The founder, and are we out of time? We are, just as you got up to 2 points, Christopher. It might be enough. Right then, Alison, you're left with sport in the 90s, music, or best-selling authors.
Best-selling authors.
Alison, will you come and join me here? You too want to be a best-selling author because you're working on a novel, I seem to recall. Alison, you know the rules of 4 in a row. 40 seconds for you on your own against the clock to see if you can give me 4 correct answers. Are you ready and happy to play, Alison?
I'm ready.
OK, let's put 40 seconds on the clock for Alison. She has chosen best-selling authors, and on that subject, Alison, your time starts now. Whose secret diaries were the subject of books by Sue Townsend?
Adrian Mole.
Correct. The best-selling authoress who created the Malins is Catherine who?
Cookson.
Correct. Who is the author of The Guns of Navarone?
MacLean.
I need more. Yes, Alistair MacLean, you're correct. Who is the authoress of the worldwide bestseller Valley of the Dolls?
Don't know.
Jacqueline Suzanne. Complete this sci-fi title by Douglas Adams. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the what?
Galaxy.
Correct. Name the authors of Cain and Abel and A Quiver Full of Arrows.
Jeffrey Archer.
Correct. Name the American author of Trinity and Exodus.
Don't know.
Leon Uris. The authoress of Hollywood Wives and Rock Star is Jackie.
Collins.
You didn't need to tell me because you wouldn't have improved on your score. You put 3 points on the board, Alison, enough to put you in today's final. Well played, girl. Well done. Now, the crucial one for Debs. What will it be, Deborah?
Out
Will
of
it be
those-
sport in the 1970s or music?
Out of those two, I think music.
I think so too, Deborah, who is a violin player whose ambition is to play or at least attend the last night of the proms. Deborah, 4 in a row, 3 in a row, you'll fight it out for a place in our semi-final with Alison. 2 in a row, we tie break with Christopher. You ready and happy to play?
Absolutely.
Okay, Deborah, let's put 40 seconds on the clock for you. There they go now. You have chosen music, and on that subject, your time starts now. In which Iberian country is Bizet's opera Carmen set?
Spain.
Correct. Which violinist, born in the USA in 1916, became a British citizen in 1985?
Yehudi Menuhin.
Correct. Which German composer is famed for the Moonlight Sonata and his 9th Symphony?
Beethoven.
Correct. The Italian composer whose masterpiece is the opera Norma is Vincenzo who?
Pass.
Who wrote Bellini. What is the highest register of the female voice?
Soprano.
Correct. Which percussion instrument takes its name from the Greek words for wood and sound?
Xylophone.
Correct. Name the English conductor who began the famous series of proms or prom concerts in 1895.
Sir Henry Wood.
Correct. And you're out of time. You got up to 3 twice, but only 1 counts. Deborah, it's enough to put you in the final. Well played. Back you go, Deborah. So Deborah takes her place back beside Alison, and it means that as we look at the scores, we have to say goodbye to Christopher. Best wishes, please, back up to Washington and tying them weird, Chris. Thanks for being on Going for Gold, and do keep watching the programme. 2 ladies will fight it out today on Going for Gold to see who goes through to our first set of semi-finals. Alison has 3 into the round first by virtue of her closer position. Deborah with 3 points will join her. 2 ladies, will you please follow me for the final, and why don't you come too? So, today's head-to-head final on Going for Gold between 2 ladies, one of whom self-evidently will win today and go through to our first set of semi-finals. On my left here, Alison Tucker, who's from Cardiff, South Glamorgan, and Deborah Blewett, who is from Barnsley in South Yorkshire. Alison, you got into the round first because, of course, you got from the beat the buzzer to the 4 in a row before Deborah. And although you both had the same score, you have the choice. Now, the category is literature. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home, reminding you, Alison and Deborah, that you need 9 points to win, and you may only buzz in when you have control of the game. Will you play, Alison, or pass?
Pass.
Pass literature. Over to Deborah. She has the opportunity to get in the first points, and on literature, your time starts now. I was born in 1812 and grew up in the London area. I worked in a solicitor's office before becoming a reporter for a newspaper. Deborah.
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens is correct. The reporter gave it away. Right. Alison, you tried the passing tactic and it sure as heck didn't work that time, girl. Let's see what happens this time. You're playing catch-up now. Places is the category. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Alison, on places, play or pass?
Play.
Play. You take places in the 4 zone where a correct answer, and you'd have drawn level and your time starts now. I am a seaport in the Nord département of France, lying between Calais and the Belgian border. In the 16th and 17th centuries, I was at the centre of conflicts between France, Spain, England and Holland. During World War II, in May and June... Deborah.
Oh, it's gone.
That's the equivalent of an incorrect answer, Alison. It means you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. In May and June 1940, the British and Allied forces, cut off by the German army, were evacuated from me to England in many small civilian boats. My name begins with D. I was looking for... I saw the tip of your tongue to say Dunkirk, I know, and you too, Alison. Alison playing catch-up. The category this time, actors and actresses. The clue on the screen for you watching at home on actors and actresses. Play or pass, Alison?
Play.
You take actors and actresses in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I was born James Stewart in London in 1913. I began my... Alison?
Stuart Granger.
Yes, Stuart Granger is James Stewart. Very well done indeed. Nip and tuck. Alison Tucker, Deborah Blewett with 4 each. Alison, the choice is yours again, because with the sides level and you get into the round first, the pick is yours. US history is the category. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. On US history, play or pass?
Pass.
Pass US history over to Deborah. She has that category, she has the 4 zone, and her time starts now. I was born in Illinois in 1837. As a child, I helped my father in assisting escaped slaves. During the US Civil War, I worked for the Union as a teamster, scout, and spy. However, I am famed as the Sheriff of Hayes City and Marshal of Abilene, 2 of the most lawless towns on the frontier. Although an expert marksman, I was shot dead at a poker table in 1876. My surname begins with H. I was looking for Wild Bill Hickok. No harm done, girls. The sides still level on 4 points each. Alison, the choice is yours. Nature is the category. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Alison, play or pass?
Play.
You take nature in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a substance occurring throughout the world, but found in important amounts on the shores of the Baltic. I am fossilized tree resin, which has undergone a chemical change. Alison.
Amber.
That's the correct answer. Very well played indeed. Alison, it takes you up to 8 points, only 1 away from the semi-final and going for gold. Deborah, you're up against it. You have 4, you're playing catch-up, and the category is the human world, and the clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Debs.
I'll play, please.
You'll play to see if you can draw a level. Deborah, you have the human world, you have the 4 zone, and your time starts now. I may arise for a number of reasons and may be official or unofficial. Sometimes I may be in sympathy with others, or I may have purely political goals. I may often be directed against an employer, or may arise from disputes about wages or conditions of employment. I am a... Deborah.
Strike.
A strike is the correct answer. Takes you up to 6. Now, Deborah, you've got a huge decision to make. You have got 6 points. Alison has got 8. You're playing catch-up, so the choice is yours. If you take the 4 zone and give me a correct answer, you're in the semi-final. What will you do? As I tell you that the category is in print. In print. And there's a clue on the screen for you watching at home. Deborah, play or pass?
I'll pass. It worked for me last time.
You'll pass it?
Yes.
You'll pass it over to Alison. Worked for you the last time. Alison, you have control of the game in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a world-famous comic strip created in the 1950s by an American cartoonist, and I have been syndicated in many countries of the world. My...
Superman?
Incorrect. It means, Deborah, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. My main characters...
Peanuts.
Peanuts is the correct answer. Takes you up to 9, just when you needed it. Very well played, Deborah. Alison, the hardest of luck. You looked as if you were absolutely through there, Alison. You were skating up with 8 points on the board. But, Deborah, that tactic worked perfectly, my girl. Very, very well played indeed. It means that Deborah is today's winner on Going for Gold, and she goes to join in our semi-final. Duncan Harriott and Anthony Brown and Olga Patterson. 2 gents and 2 ladies are there. And, of course, don't forget, you pick up your paperweight on the way through. Well, Alison, what can I say to you except that you put up a terrific fight. You put 8 points on the board, and who knows, if we have that system whereby the highest losing runner-up gets through, it could well be yourself. Well played, Alison. Well played, Deborah. A question for you to enjoy. Now, here it is. Pancake Day. Pancake Day is traditionally held on which day of the week? Is it A, Monday, B, Tuesday, or C, Wednesday? 0891 44 7766. And the lines are open until midnight, and you could win yourself a portable colour telly. Until next we meet to start a brand new set of heats, goodbye, and thank you for watching Going for Gold. Bye-bye.